Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
The next morning, this spot was all too wet to be sponged last night. When we went to bed, it still was, we could have done it last night, just before I went to bed, but not starting again such a late time. So this is still ready for sponging, and it's still nice and damp, and it will sponge quite easily. When Lillian comes home from work, I'll be making another mix of lime up so we can complete the task over there and in the other places she mentioned in the last video. I need to fix this tubing and get that pinned up, and then we can sort this lot out. What else today? This socket, I'm going to get that placed on the wall. And that's about it for now. I have some other little bits and bobs I want to take off in various places. Okay, so it's in place. It's literally just in place. I used a couple of nails. I started this side and got that all nice and fixed. That nail's out. This side isn't quite gone yet. It's still a little bit soft, so that nail can stay in place, and then I'll remove it. Okay. So, next is this one. This socket here, that needs to be done. Obviously I'll turn all the power off. Power's back on. Obviously I wasn't doing it whilst electricity was running through the veins of the cave. We all know what happens. So, that's that done as well. I'll run around there. It's rough, but that's fine because it needs to be covered with lime. It's actually a lot more difficult because there isn't channels for it to go into. So it does take longer. And also these cave walls, you have to wet them off, and they're that dry now. It sucks all the moisture in, so you have to be on the ball. But it's done. Well, a little bit of life got in the way of his getting some more lime mix, but I don't think we're going to. Not with that. With my eyes, it probably won't come up on the camera. It looks like we're growing an extra set of mountains with the way the clouds are. They're following like this. So anyway, Lillian's sponging down. Is she doing a good enough job, Dover? Have you been to check? What do you think, Loki? Okay. I better get this covered up again. Right. So, how's it going?
Good.
Oh, you ought to see the clouds out there.
I know, I hope you've lit the fire.
Yes, I have.
So I'm dealing with buckets of cold water and cold lime walls.
Yeah.
So, that's how we left it yesterday. See, quite rough.
Yeah, and few biggish cracks.
Yeah, there were some here, and that's what I'm getting rid of with the sponging. What you do by rubbing it is you get the finer particles going into the cracks, and you also get the nice curvy, cavey walls.
Yes.
So not long and this will be done.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, really happy.
So unfortunately I wasn't able to mix in more lime because you had a couple of jobs to do on your way home from work.
Yeah.
So
there was a way it goes. Do it tomorrow instead or another day, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just for the other bit.
That's it.
But get this sponge down whilst it's still malleable a little bit. If you leave it so it's rock hard, it chews through sponges that you have no idea. It's a good job I work for an upholstery company and I can get bits of sponge. This is a bought one. I thought about it today, all the off-cups of sponge. Guess where they're coming?
Yes. So, as I showed you earlier, I've done up there, and Lillian is suitably pleased with my quality of work.
Yes, you get a pass.
This autumn winter style working doesn't work very well, does it? With how dark it gets, how early it gets.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Anyway, done.
Yes.
I think my right glove has a hole in it. I've used it the other day.
Maybe. Let's
Anyway.
get some more.
Yes. That is it done.
Brilliant.
Back at it another day.
Yeah, just topping up to do here and there. And that's it.
Yeah.
A little bit of needlework, as they call it.
Yes.
Awesome. You have done so well. So well.
It's gonna look awesome.
Yes, it is.
You see it being horrible and dark, and there's the original stone and all the rest of it. You think, oh, it's never ending. It's so dank and depressive. Put white plaster on. It's just like every time you do it, something. It's all positive. It's
That's it. Yeah. So happy. So happy.
It's going to be a stunning room.
I've done a couple of the little bits of jobs today. I had to service the fish tank, clean all the skimmer out and the power heads and everything else like that. It's an horrible job, and yeah, not something you really want to share with people. It's a bit horrible. Right, next I'm on with mixing lime. Again, this is the white lime again, and it's not going to be anywhere near as sloppy as what we use for spraying on. Lillian has entrusted me with a task to just finish off doing the cave walls in places, so she can sponge it down later on and it'll be completed. Now this mix is really sticky and quite dry, but it should go on. I'm just going to take a little bit out and give it a test to see if it does go on or if I need it a little bit wetter. So that's completely different, and that is absolutely a good mix. So I'm guessing it'll be fine, but I need to try a bit first. Okay, so I tried it, and it is a sticky stick. And there we go. I've just done that bit there. Right, I'll get the rest out of the bucket and get some more done. So I just did this bit here, and that's taken quite nicely. Now I've got to do the rest. I'm hoping it'll be alright, but I've got the wetting machine. Well, if I don't do it properly, I'll be in right trouble. So a little bit more to put on there, yeah? I'll just get this wet. It's still damp anyway. Right, I'll be in trouble anyway because I'm about to wreck these gloves. So as I said before, this mix is a lot drier than what we'd normally use for spraying on. Pure and simply because I'm not spraying it on. But this is a fantastic mix for doing all the jobs around. It's really sticky. It's not sticking to these gloves as well, which is a good thing. Okay. Oh, hopefully I get it. Oh yes. But these not been like the normal rubbery gloves that Lillian uses. It does stick to the gloves a little bit more. But as long as I achieve what I need to achieve, that'll be good. Okay, so I've got this far. Got that lot done. And along here, I've got all this lot done now as well. And under that rock where it needed topping up. Yes, it's gone well. Apart from the bits that didn't go well, because I saw a piece and I thought, oh, I'll just do that bit. And as I did that bit, it undid the work that I'd already done. Anyway, I fixed it all up now. So that's going to need a few hours to do its thing, and then it'll be ready for sponging, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, I've got a little bit there to do, and I've got to try and get lime on here. There will go fine. I've just got to try and get it on there. Right, I've got the gloves back on. Been rinsing them out in water to get the sticky lime off. So, a bit more difficult to put on now. Okay. Let's see how we go. It's all been wet off and it's been soaked for a while. Not well. I think my mistake there was trying to put too much on at once. Luckily, it's fallen onto lime, so that's fine. Well, that's turned out quite well. I think if I do more, I'll cause myself issues like I did on the other side. So I'm going to leave that. Right, I ended up finding some other bits to do, and so I've had to turn the power off. It's a little bit too dark to see at the moment. Everything's wet around the socket, so obviously I don't want to turn the power back on. So I'm cleaning my machine. There you go, just proving that I actually do it. It's really important to keep it as clean as possible when using lime. It's had a good clean. I'll just get it all out. Yeah, when we mix cement in here and concrete, when we have done, I'll give it a really good clean. I also use a product called Agua Fuerte. It's basically battery acid, or very similar. You can buy buy in supermarkets. It's mad. People over here use it for all sorts of things, cleaning tiles and stuff like that. And because we're in a really, really high lime water, heavy lime water area, they should use it for cleaning the lime scale out of toilets, which actually works very well and doesn't damage the toilet. I don't know what it does to the plastic, it won't do anything to that, but on the old pot toilet tubes and that lot, I've no idea. As long as they're glazed, I'm sure they'll be fine. But yeah, then we use that, and I use it to clean the cement mixer with as well. And it's not something you want to mess with. It does give off some stinky fumes, but works a treat. Okay, I've just come out of the wind. It's extremely windy. Right, the cement mixer's all clean. Lillian should be home from work soonish, so I'll leave it till she gets home. It should have dried out sufficiently where I've had to wet with water, and then we'll see what she has to say. See if she approves of my handiwork, and it is handiwork as well because it is my hands. Dover, what's wrong, mate? You've gone in now, have you? I guess I was in Dover's way. Oh, he's here. Dover, what are you doing? Say hello to everybody. You've been a good boy? Yes, you haven't you? Baker Poke, you've been a good boy as well. You remind me of something from a cartoon from when I was little, but I can't quite decide what. With all that extra skin and extra fur. He looks really, really overweight, and he isn't. He's just a big puffball of fur. He's got a really thick coat.
So yesterday we had a lovely visit from Amanda and Dave from Settle in Spain, fellow YouTubers and friends, and they very, very kindly brought Chris these. I'm saying Chris because he's the one that is obsessed with cast iron, but they're for us. But look how beautiful these are. They weigh an absolute ton. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate these. A fantastic visit. We put the world to rights, and it was great fun.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much, guys.
And these are lovely. I think I might put them on a shelf just to look cute and not use them because they're that nice.
I think we'll use them.
Yes, I know.
Awesome.
So as I said, Settle in Spain. Check out their page if you haven't already. And again, thank you guys. Right, well, I'm on my way to work, but I did get up extraordinarily early this morning and got into work gear and sponged down the patching that Chris did yesterday. I didn't want to leave it until this afternoon because it potentially can go quite hard. When you do patching of plaster on the plaster of the lime, sometimes it can go really hard really quickly. And I wanted to use it, sponge it whilst it was still malleable. So you can tell where the damp areas are where I've sponged it. Here and there, around the socket. Look, yeah, all round where you did extras. Up over here around the window. Basically, ta-da! This room is done. Yes, the floor needs cleaning. Yes, this. He's about to go, yes, but we still got to do this and this. I know, but at the moment, let me just go to work thinking, woohoo! We've done something. We've actually achieved something.
Looks awesome.
It will do. I like the roundy shape. I always have done. There's a good bit here, give you an impression of what colour it's going to dry. It's going to dry this colour. So it's going to be much lighter than it seems at the moment, which is good.
Yes.
Really happy, really happy.
Yes, yes indeed. Now, this is going to take a long time to dry out because this is one of the dampest rooms, so we won't actually see the true colours. It's on there.
I'm surprised it's on there.
Coming out, until it's completely dry.
Yes, which potentially could even be 6 months. It's as
Yeah.
long as it is. Some of the areas on the wall behind you now at the bottom are still.
Down there.
Yeah, down there. You can still thumb them. You can still put your thumb in and leave a mark.
Yeah.
Down here. But that was still. Don't know if you remember before we first started this that was the darkest area. That was still the wettest area. I said it was still plasterable onto, but it does mean it's just going to take that much longer to dry.
That's it. And that's the beauty of lime, because it will still keep drying all the time, and it'll be fine.
Yes, of course it will. Of course it will. But it actually, to be fair, it will be interesting to see how long it does take, because you can tell by the colour. This is just the top layer where it's white, but once it's dry, it changes colour. It will be very interesting to see how long that does actually take.